Rule Your Thought. A Stoic story about mastering your mind. Long-form YouTube script, approximate 3,000 words. Introduction. There is a battle happening inside your mind right now. Most people never see it. They think their problems come from difficult people, bad luck, lack of money, or circumstances beyond their control. But the Stoics taught a different truth. The greatest enemy is not outside. The greatest enemy lives within. It is the uncontrolled thought, the negative voice, the fear that whispers, the doubt that grows, the anger that blinds, the anxiety that steals peace. And if you cannot rule your thoughts will rule you. This is the story of a young man who discovered that mastering his mind was the key to mastering his life. Step 1. The mind that never rested. A young man named Adrian lived what appeared to be a normal life. He had a job. He had friends. He had opportunities. Yet every day felt like a struggle. His mind never stopped. The moment he woke up, thoughts attacked him. What if I fail? What if people don't like me? What if I make the wrong decision? What if I'm not good enough? The questions never ended. At night, while others slept peacefully, Adrian lay awake staring at the ceiling. His body was tired, but his thoughts were wide awake. Day after day, month after month, year after year. The prison wasn't around him. The prison was inside him. Step 2. The stranger on the mountain. One weekend, Adrian decided to escape the city. He climbed a mountain hoping to find clarity. Near the summit, he saw an elderly man sitting quietly beside a cliff. The old man appeared completely calm. The wind howled. Clouds moved rapidly. Yet nothing disturbed him. Curious, Adrian approached. How can you sit here so peacefully? The old man smiled. Because I learned to rule my thoughts. Adrian laughed. If it were that easy, everyone would do it. The old man looked directly into his eyes. It isn't easy. It is one of the hardest things a human being can do. Then he asked, Tell me, who controls your mind? Adrian answered confidently. I do. The old man shook his head. If that were true, you would not worry so much. The words struck like lightning. For the first time, Adrian questioned who was truly in control. Step 3. The lesson of the river. The old man pointed toward a river flowing below. What do you see? A river. The old man nodded. And does the river stop because a leaf falls into it? No. Does it stop because branches float through it? No. The old man smiled. Then why do you stop every time a negative thought enters your mind? Adrian was silent. The old man continued. Thoughts are like leaves. They appear. They pass. But people grab them. They hold them. They become trapped by them. That is suffering. Adrian suddenly understood. He had spent years believing every thought that entered his mind. Every fear. Every doubt. Every worry. Every criticism. He treated thoughts as facts. And because of that, he suffered. Step 4. The first battle. The old man gave Adrian a challenge. For the next 7 days, observe your thoughts. Do not fight them. Do not follow them. Simply observe. The next morning, Adrian began. Almost immediately, he noticed something shocking. His mind produced thousands of thoughts. Some positive. Many negative. Some useful. Most useless. He noticed how often he imagined problems that didn't exist. How often he replayed old mistakes. How often he worried about events that never happened. His mind was creating suffering faster than reality ever could. This realization changed everything. Step 5. The voice of fear. Several days later, Adrian faced an important presentation at work. Fear appeared instantly. What if I embarrass myself? What if they judge me? What if I fail? Normally these thoughts would have controlled him. But this time he paused. He remembered the old man. Instead of obeying the thoughts, he questioned them. Is this true? Do I know this will happen? The answer was no. The fear wasn't reality. It was imagination. And imagination loses power when examined. That day Adrian delivered his presentation. It wasn't perfect. But it was successful. More importantly, he had defeated fear. Not by removing it, but by refusing to obey it. Step 6. The Garden of the Mind. A week later Adrian returned to the mountain. The old man asked, "What have you learned?" Adrian explained everything. The old man nodded. Then he said, "Your mind is like a garden. If you allow weeds to grow, they will take over. If you plant wisdom, discipline, and gratitude, they will grow instead." Adrian thought about this deeply. Every day he watered fear. Every day he fed doubt. Every day he strengthened anxiety. Without realizing it, he was growing weeds. The strongest version of himself could never emerge from such a garden. Something needed to change. Step 7. Replacing the thoughts. The old man gave him a second lesson. Do not simply remove negative thoughts. Replace them. Whenever Adrian thought, "I can't do this," he replaced it with, "I will learn." Whenever he thought, "I'm not strong enough," he replaced it with, "I am becoming stronger." Whenever he thought, "Everything is against me," he replaced it with, "This challenge is training me." Slowly his inner world transformed. Not overnight. Not instantly. But steadily. Like a sculptor shaping stone. Step 8. The storm arrives. Months later a real crisis arrived. Adrian lost his job. Fear returned. Bills piled up. Friends doubted him. His future became uncertain. The old Adrian would have collapsed. But something had changed. He sat quietly and remembered the Stoic principle. Control what you can. Accept what you cannot. Could he control the layoff? No. Could he control his response? Yes. And that changed everything. Instead of panicking, he acted. Instead of complaining, he planned. Instead of surrendering, he moved forward. Step 9. The Mirror of Responsibility. One evening Adrian stood before a mirror. For years he blamed others. The economy. His boss. His circumstances. Luck. Now he saw the truth. The strongest people take responsibility. Not because everything is their fault, but because responsibility creates power. Blame creates weakness. The moment Adrian accepted responsibility for his thoughts, his future changed. Step 10. The Discipline Challenge. The old man gave one final challenge. For 30 days, guard your thoughts. No excuses. No exceptions. Every morning Adrian began with gratitude. Every afternoon he practiced awareness. Every evening he reflected on his actions. Day after day. Thought after thought. Choice after choice. His mind became stronger. His reactions became calmer. His emotions became steadier. His confidence became real. Not fake confidence. Not arrogance. True confidence. The confidence that comes from self-mastery. Step 11. Becoming the ruler. 1 year passed. Adrian returned to the mountain. The old man was waiting. You look different, he said. Adrian smiled. I feel different. What changed? Adrian looked toward the horizon. The world didn't change. My problems didn't disappear. My challenges didn't vanish. But I learned to rule my thoughts. The old man nodded. Then you have learned the most important lesson. Because whoever rules their thoughts rules their life. The final truth. Most people spend their lives trying to control the world. The Stoics understood something greater. You cannot control the weather. You cannot control other people. You cannot control the economy. You cannot control the future. But you can control your thoughts. And when you master your thoughts, fear loses power. Doubt loses power. Anger loses power. Anxiety loses power. Negativity loses power. Because your mind becomes your servant instead of your master. Powerful ending. So tomorrow morning, when you wake up, remember this. A negative thought is not a command. A fear is not a prophecy. An emotion is not a fact. A doubt is not reality. You are the observer. You are the decision maker. You are the ruler. Rule your thoughts. Master your mind. Protect your peace. Control your reactions. Choose wisdom over emotion. Choose courage over fear. Choose discipline over comfort. Because the quality of your life will always be determined by the quality of your thoughts. And the moment you learn to rule your thoughts, you begin to rule your destiny. Stay calm. Stay strong. Stay disciplined. And become truly unbreakable.